simple ways where you can start an application, whether it is a native mobile app or it is a reactive web app, which is essentially any responsive web app. With this, with SocialAI, we have built using the mobile app, which allows us to have an application that is both responsive and native. Right? One of the advantage of using our system is that out of the box, it allows support for PWA and allows us to generate both Android app and iOS app directly within the studio. So let's jump into the app. Right? Our system allows us to do multiple things, right? First is GUI for us to drag and drop the screens itself. We are able to customize the CSS as well. There's a built-in theme that we are able to customize as well. We are also able to set up components to allow reuse of the screens. This will help us to manage the different lifecycle of the screens. Let me jump to the default screen, which is the list of friends. We are then able to set local parameters as well as database calls, and this will integrate into the database and or any other third-party APIs that we are calling. These are also the the client events that's happening within the screen. Other than that, we are also able to configure and set up the meta information about the page, right? The meta tags, the life cycle of the page, as well as the configuration for the roles, which is one of the advantage of our system where authentication is built in. So you are able to have a login screen that logs user in as a sample user. For this particular demo, we have pre-set up a user to simplify the login process. We are also checking if it's an invalid user. It will redirect the user via a security check. With that, we also want to show that our system allows the creation of database directly within the platform, and it handles the different tables and attributes separately and allows for indexing as well. We're also able to respect the MVC model and introduce the structures, right, of the attributes that we're using. With regards to the API integration, we have integrated with Google Gemini Pro, and we have created a module of a connector, which we have added on based on one of the components that's available from Forge, which is like a package manager from our system specifically. We have modified it to take on the latest Gemini Pro 1.5, and we've configured it to take in both the request for multi-model inputs, which includes both the text prompt as well as the binary. So let me run into one of the screen where we show the calls where we are passing in prompt. So this is one of the REST API calls that we are making. You can see that the prompt is being entered here, and then you will append it into a list, and it will look through all the uploaded images and append it, and then it will be submitted through Gemini. And one of the things that you will see that is hidden from here is the way that we are handling the API key. So this is something that is built out of the box within our system where the key management is done directly within the console, and it will also have accompanying monitoring tool that's available for you to configure the key on an environment basis. The other thing you will be able to see is that it segregates server call and client call. So it sets that within a single interface, you'll be able to control and to check what are the server calls and API and the client calls. And one of the advantages is, right, the IDE itself will warn users if there are too many calls that's happening. You can see that it will warn for potential loop at runtime, right? So this is one of the advantage, and it is able to help you to refresh and handle exceptions on a per request basis. And the other thing that we have leveraged on is the components that's available within our system UI, where we're able to integrate one of the file uploader where we allow multiple file upload, and we're able to handle the binary and even check the meme type, right, to validate the upload itself. And this allows for the seamless process of the UI to handle all the data that is being uploaded. We're also able to use SVG and flex and grid, right, as how you would in any high code environment. So there's no limitation in using the high code ways of configuring as well as customizing the components with this. Because it's a relatively simple app, so we have chosen to use a single e-space or single application way to design it. For bigger application, we'll be able to split, including the web blocks or the reusable components or widgets into different application and reuse them. We're also able to do page redirection within the app, so you will be able to redirect natively. We are able to control the timeout. We are able to control the splash screen as well, which is one of the screens that will just come up as you're loading the application. All these are performed, are optimized by our system and performing on for each of the application that are cross-platform. And then once you have the application ready, you'll be able to preview and test your application within an environment that our system has provided for you to test within various devices and screen sizes. You will also be able to test the application, if it's a PWA, as a web app itself, and you will be able to then add to home screen and interact as it is. That is all for using OutSystems.